don't know if it's live. I think it's live. Okay. Is it live? Yes. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to People in Court After Dark. Thanks for coming to the stream. And thank you in advance for your patience as I try and figure out everything that streaming is.
Thank you in advance for your patience.
And turn my volume off. Okay. Turn my volume off. I got water, got everything we need, and we are going to watch court. So we're going to start with some civilian warrant applications, which are always fun, from Atlanta. And let's go. Oh, wait, I forget what to do. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Hi, Harmony. Welcome. Yeah, I feel like I just said thanks for coming, but I don't know if you were here. So thank you for coming. And I think I have the technology figured out this time, but we'll see. And thank you for being a member. That's really sweet. Okay, so we have civilian warrant apps. KFAR, hello. We have civilian warrant apps, and then we have another couple clips from the judge from last time, the awesome one, and I really need to find his name. So as soon as I start the clip, I will go ahead and research that. But what do you guys want to see first? Since you guys are here first, you can choose. We have civilian warrant apps that I have not seen, which are just like people putting like warrants out against each other. So it's usually pretty petty. You left KCC. Is she streaming right now? I didn't see her. I looked. Oh. Fuck, I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't see her. Yeah, that's weird. I don't see her live because I would have gone in there and given her a little bit of trolling as usual, but oh, there she is. Okay, how's the audio? Are you guys good? Dealer's choice? Okay. Let's start with the civilian warrant apps because they're usually probably shorter. All right, let's go. Audio's good. Thank you, Harmony.
Edward McDaniel, I do see that you are driving at the moment. In order for you to participate in this hearing, you are going to need to come to a safe stop and actually engage in this hearing. If you are driving while this hearing continues, we will have to remove you at least from this hearing temporarily until you come to a stop.
Yeah, don't drive.
We are going to need to have the camera on your face as well so that we can recognize who you are as we proceed. Folks, I also want to make it very clear that we are doing this over Zoom. What that means is we're doing this over the internet. Wait, and so before I come on, I just want to remind everybody that because of this, you may...
KFAR, the monetization, how did it go? That was today, right? I saw the thing where you posted last night that it was today. I hope it's good. Because I feel like I don't trust those soft sets. Yeah, okay. Let me know in the chat how that went because I'm really curious.
Okay. We have connectivity issues. It is imperative that you take down the clerk's number that is going to be put in the chat box shortly. In the event that you lose connection, it will be your responsibility, I repeat, your responsibility to contact the clerk's office to let us know that you've lost connection if you cannot get back on. If you can get back on, don't worry, just try your hardest to get back on. But if you are unable to get back on, please contact us so that we can make the appropriate preparations for you, whether that is to continue the hearing or wait, all right? Thank you.
I am going to...
All right, well, good evening, everybody. I am Judge J.G. Davis. This is the DeKalb County Magistrate Court. This is the June 26, 2023 criminal warrant application hearings, okay? I further want to let everyone know as well that this matter is being live streamed over the court's YouTube channel, and that's for the purposes of open courtrooms and public accessibility. As I mentioned before, we're having this matter over Zoom. Normally, you would be downtown Decatur with me. That means you would have to fight Atlanta traffic. That means you had to waste gas. That would have mean you had to pay for parking, but you do not have to do any of these things to address these matters this evening.
I love
So I want to recognize that. But with all of that being said, that means you're not going to be in a courtroom.
And I
That means
really
you
like
may
the
be
lady.
tempted to do things that are more
It's her
comfortable
picture as her
because you're
background
at
picture.
home, at work, at a job,
Same
or
hair,
anywhere
same
else.
tattoos.
But let me remind you that this is still a legal proceeding, and therefore I'm going to require courtroom decorum of you. What does that really mean? That just means be respectful. That means don't talk when other people are talking. Don't interrupt me, okay? Don't use foul language unless it's necessary to state evidence associated in a matter, okay? Just be respectful, and respect will be given to you, all right? I further want to express the fact that I understand that these are criminal matters, at least that are alleged against folks. And so I understand things can get heated, but I just want to let you understand that you're being recorded. You're in a legal proceeding. Any threats of violence, well, I will take very personally and seriously, not just to myself, but any of the parties here. So I want to make sure that folks recognize that and consider that before they open their mouths and put their foot in, all right? So why are we here, folks? Why are we here? Oh, I forgot to tell you, as my screen clearly indicates, unauthorized recording of this matter is strictly prohibited. So in the event that you're recording for your own personal
what are you talking about?
performance, meaning John pay Black Jeff, or make Mary give back little baby Johnny to John. We're not going to be able to do any of that. We can't force people to do that. But what we can do, and what I can do, are issue arrest warrants for folks. Where in the event that I do that, folks will be given an opportunity to turn themselves in under a host of parameters that I'll talk a little bit more about, okay?
And like, I've watched court for a long time, but the civilian warrant application hearings, they still kind of blow my mind that you can go into court and tell on somebody, and if you're successful, possibly get them arrested to where they have to turn themselves into jail. It's crazy to me. Like, I can't imagine doing that to anyone. I don't know. Have you guys ever like been in a situation to where you would have been justified in doing this? I don't know. That being said, a lot of these people, I don't know if they're justified. They don't usually get granted, do they? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, let's go. Sorry, I'll shut up.
So how do we get there? Well, first and foremost, folks, I'm going to call the calendar, and then I'm going to make sure the appropriate parties are here. These hearings are done through a simple kind of notice where only regular mail notice is going to be sent to the respondent's last best known address. And let me be clear about last best known address. Some of these incidents have happened more than 6 months ago. If the last address you had was for 6 months ago, I'm going to let you know you may have to have this hearing reset so we can confirm that the address where the notice was sent, that person still lives there. As you know, a lot of folks are moving swiftly because of the crisis here we have with rent. And so we want to make sure that appropriate notice is gotten to folks before we proceed without them being present. All right. And if they are present, I'm going to give both parties the opportunity to see if they want to resolve this matter before coming before me. Why is that important? Because I said before, some of these matters can be resolved with some type of specific performance. Maybe it's alleged that John stole $400 from Mary. And John is going to say, well, I'm going to pay you back, Mary, and we'll reset this thing. And if I pay you back, will you agree to dismiss it? And sometimes folks will do that. Other times they won't. If the individual who is the applicant is interested in having that conversation with the respondent, and the respondent is also interested, I will allow that to happen. But let me be clear, if I allow the parties to converse, which will be in a private breakout room, I want to remind folks, this isn't an opportunity to berate the other individual. This isn't an opportunity to create any other issues. And so if they feel as if that's going to happen, I'm going to tell you, don't go back there. There's no reason to do it, and we can just proceed on. All right. Now, if the if the applicant, the person who made the complaint, does not appear today, all right, then the case against the respondent very well will be dismissed for want of prosecution. What that really means is the person who alleged that that other individual committed a crime, since they're not here to make that allegation, the case will be dismissed. Okay. Now, in the event that both parties are here, both the respondent and the applicant, then what I will do is I will hear from both parties. I will hear any evidence that the parties have presented. And let me be clear. If you intend the court to review any documents, video, you must have those already sent to us before I start your proceeding. Because what I don't want to do is be waiting for you to present some vital evidence to the court, and you haven't done so. And then that causes a huge delay in the proceeding, okay? I have about 5 cases this evening that we need to get to, and I usually give folks about 30 minutes or so per hearing to address them. And so in the event that you cause delay to that, you will throw it off, and we may not be able to get to everybody this evening. And my goal is to do so if that is what's required. All right. Let me give you a couple other parameters before I get into the depths of what we're going to do if we have a hearing. Folks, if your allegation is for a felony, let me be clear. If somehow you slip through the cracks and what you're really alleging the other person committed was a felony, I'm going to let you know this isn't the appropriate place to bring that claim, or not that claim, but this action or this warrant application, and you're going to probably need to contact the police to see about dealing with the matter that you have. If this allegation or complaint is addressed against somebody who is a state employee and they were acting as that state employee position when this alleged crime occurred, I'm going to let you know I'm not going to be able to have the authority to do so, to hear this matter, okay? Keep that in mind as well. A couple other things about the arrest warrants, folks. If I do issue an arrest warrant, I am very well going to issue a bond that's going to require no money, a recognizant bond, all right?
Sorry,
a UJR, unsecured judicial release. That just means that if I give an arrest warrant, when that person turns themselves in, they're not going to have to put up any money to get out. With that being said, I may issue special conditions. These are conditions along with a monetary bond if they're not required for that person to remain out while the claim is pending or the matter is pending. I can do things such as a stay away, where if there's an individual that's alleged to commit a battery, I will say that individual can't be around them or contact that victim or that applicant at all for the pendency of this matter, all right? And so if Johnny hurt Mary, then Johnny can't be around Mary. Johnny can't go to her job. Johnny can't hit her up on the internet, none of that, okay? I may tell somebody that they can't go back to a particular premises. And so if there's an allegation that someone stole from a particular place, they may not be able to return there. Otherwise, they will be committing a trespass. And there'll be maybe a myriad of other special conditions that I may put on folks. But in the event that that happens, I'll be clear about it, and you'll make sure that you have all the information before you actually have to turn yourself in. All right. So, folks, before I get to the details about how we're going to proceed with these hearings that are actually going to go forward, let me go ahead and call the calendar. When I call your name, I'm going to ask that you take yourself off mute. Identify to me if you have any witnesses with you, and whether or not you have any evidence that you have emailed to the court. If you have,
guys, this lady Sharon Dickey, this lady on the bottom row, the second to last row, with her face as her background, like she has her face as her background. The judge said to keep your camera on your face. Right? I need to be able to see you. I need to be able to see your camera on your face. Hey, Thane, welcome. He said, literally, keep your camera on your face. I need to be able to see you. Stay still. Don't walk around. So this woman here at the bottom, she has her background like a green screen background as her face. So like watch her, because her real face will come on there. She's like gaming the system, so she must be an expert. I don't know. I respect that. Okay, let's go. Maybe.
Have not already emailed that evidence to the court, I'm going to have my clerk put the clerk's office email address down in the chat box, and that is going to be your last opportunity to email the court any information you have regarding your case that you want us to review. All right, I'm going to call the calendar now. All right, position 1 on the 6 p.m. June 26, 2023 criminal warrant misdemeanor application hearings are PP-055260. I'm looking for the respondent defendant, Samaj Cooper. Samaj Cooper. Samaj Cooper. No appearance for Mr. Cooper. How about Michelle Henry?
I'm here.
All right, Miss Henry.
Same
Right,
already.
let's see. Okay, Miss Henry. So,
Put all
do
your
you have any
business
witnesses
out
with you,
there?
ma'am?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any witnesses with me, and I emailed pictures over earlier with the original report.
All right, so let me tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to review after I call the calendar your matter. We're going to see if we can proceed what is going to be called ex parte. That means outside the presence of the other party. Just because the other party isn't here does not mean we absolutely can proceed. As I said before, we have to check to make sure that notice was appropriately made, and furthermore, or service rather. Furthermore, we have to actually still put you under oath and hear any evidence to make sure that it meets probable cause. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll get to you shortly, but thank you. Position 2 is
I'll slow it down once it
PP-055210.
actually starts.
The respondent accused is Janice Johnson Craig.
I'm a completionist, so I want to
Janice
hear it all,
Johnson Craig.
but the routine stuff in the beginning kind of.
Janice, I'm sorry, Miss Craig. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself again for me.
Let me know if it's too fast.
I still can't hear you. Can you turn your microphone up? There's no sound coming your way.
Stop. I don't know
Cannot
if
hear
you've
you.
been putting
Unmute
that
one more
comment
time for
up.
me. No, ma'am. We're going to need to get that resolved in order for us to proceed, but just hold tight. I do have you down. We'll see how we can proceed here or get those issues
Okay.
resolved. How about Tasha S. Hoyt for the
Wow.
applicant?
Here.
Or Hoyt. Yes, ma'am. Do you have any witnesses with you?
Yes, Your Honor. I have Lisa Mason.
Okay, Lisa Mason.
Oh, she's
Okay,
crooked. I
see
feel you,
her
girl.
there.
That's happened to
And
me.
any other witnesses? Just one?
Just one.
Any email evidence?
Yes, emails and pictures.
Okay, we can skip this part. This is just.
All right, thank you. We will get to you guys shortly here, and we can see if Ms. Craig has resolved her sound issue. Position 3 is PP-055252. The respondent accused is Edward McDaniel.
Edward
McDaniel.
There you are. He's looking relaxed. He's ready.
I'm here.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, do you have any witnesses or evidence?
Yes.
All right, what witness do you have?
She's sitting beside me.
Okay, and did you have any evidence emailed to the court?
No.
All right, got you down, man. One second. All right, how about Stevenson Castellant?
I'm here.
All right, sir, I got you down. Do you have any witnesses or emailed evidence?
I emailed the evidence, but I do not have no witness.
No, that's fine. We will check on that. All right, hold tight. Position 4 is PP-055251. I've got the accused responded as Unke Sincere Smith. Unique. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name, man.
I'm here.
All right, Miss Smith, are you a passenger in a vehicle?
Yes.
Okay, you're not driving, right?
No.
Okay, that's
Are
fine.
you sure?
And do you have any evidence, any witnesses or emailed evidence?
No.
Okay. Just quickly, how old are you?
17.
All right, hold tight. How about
It's Georgia. That's
Christina
the
Love?
majority, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, can I see your face, ma'am? I just see your
Sure.
Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, Miss Love, do you have any witnesses or emailed evidence?
No, it's just me and my daughter.
Okay. When you say you and your daughter's there with you?
Yeah, she's here with me.
Okay, so you have one witness. All right,
It's 18.
All right, hold tight, folks. And then
All
finally, position 5 is PP-055250. The accused respondent is Alicia Thomas, excuse me.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Thomas, do you have any witnesses or evidence?
I do. So I have my grandmother and my father, and I also emailed a ton of evidence from 2 email addresses, some videos, some pictures, as well as some screenshots of text messages.
Good thing. How about Levon Austin?
Yes, sir.
It's
I'm here.
coming.
Your Honor, I'm here.
All right, got you down. Do you have any witnesses or evidence?
I emailed my evidence, consisted of screenshots, pictures, and one video.
Okay.
Oh,
No
okay.
witnesses though, right?
It's got a video.
Okay. Well, we'll get to you folks. So folks, that's the call of the calendar. It looks like we're going to have a full hearing this evening. So your patience and cooperation is going to be essential. I'm first going to address position 1, though. We're going to check on the notice for that matter. Miss Henry, can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
All right, give me 1 second, ma'am. I want to pull up your matter. I just want to check to see that we have everything that we need, if we can proceed ex parte or not.
Let's do this. I know.
Bear with me here. I'm just checking the notices.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm forwarding it. I'm forwarding
Is
it.
this your first time on the calendar?
Yes.
They. I don't think they usually proceed ex parte that often.
Hold tight.
Well, we can't hold tight because we are impatient. Let's go.
First time on the calendar. I do see that this is back in March. That is not that long ago. However, I want to confirm before we proceed ex parte with you. So I'm going to continue the case one time. One time. I'm going to give that particular opportunity one time, only because this happened in March. Again, it's not that long ago. It is very well that this party is not going to respond. If they don't respond, then when we get you back on the calendar, then we'll proceed ex parte. And again, we'll take it up with what we have.
It sucks for her.
And that the crime very well actually happened. But let me.
Sorry.
The 24th and the 31st are clear.
All right, let's do the 17th. That
Okay,
gives us the
there we
appropriate
go.
amount of time, especially with notice, making sure that we have a good notice in the event that there's a different address. And so we said
Okay.
July 17th. That gives it appropriate time right after the holiday. And Ms. Henry will get you right back here.
Okay, thank you. I can leave now? All
Yes, ma'am.
right, thank you.
All right, the rest of folks, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you how we're going to proceed. I'm going to give each case an opportunity to present their case in chief, as it were. This is not a trial. It's going to feel a little bit like a trial, but it's not a trial. Why is it not a trial? Well, for one, the standard is different. We're not here beyond a reasonable doubt. This is probable cause. I'm here to determine whether or not it is reasonable, right? That a reasonable person can believe that the allegations that have been made are true and that the crime very well actually happened. But let me be clear, too, as well, that as we proceed, that the court is not just searching for whether or not a crime has been committed by the accused. I am actually listening to determine whether or not there have been crimes committed as well in that particular circumstance by the applicant. And in many situations, folks here like to believe that they are totally guilt-free. And oftentimes when the evidence comes out, that is not always the case. And oftentimes the reason why officers have not issued arrest warrants is because of exactly that. But nonetheless, my job is to essentially siphon through or filter through, rather, the evidence that is there to see whether or not the appropriate prongs for that particular alleged crime have been met. If they have, I may very well issue an arrest warrant. If I'm not, if I don't find that they're there, then I may very well dismiss the matter. I can also issue an arrest warrants, again, both against the applicant as well as the respondent. So keep that in mind as well. As we proceed, I'm going to give both parties an opportunity to have an opening statement. And let me be clear, if anybody is interested at this juncture in having an attorney to represent them, please let me know now. You do have authority and a right to be represented by counsel respondents if that's your choice. If not, and most people don't, but in the event that you do, please let the court know before we proceed. But as I said before, I'm going to give both parties the opportunity to give us a brief background about the allegations that have been made. First, I'll give an opportunity to the applicant. They'll give me a 3-minute background regarding the specific the event that led to this particular alleged crime. I don't want to hear about what happened 3 years ago. I don't want to happen with so-and-so and all of that. I want to hear about what's going on with the actual respondent. Or if I'm talking to the respondent, I want to know what's going on with the applicant, not a whole bunch of other information. Folks seem to get out of the way with that. I'm going to bring you back to the ground if you get too far out, okay? And then after folks give an opening statement, I'm going to give the applicant essentially their case in chief, their opportunity to present any evidence to the court that supports their position that a crime has been committed by the respondent. Okay, and then I will give the respondent an opportunity to cross-examine the applicant. That means get to ask them direct examination questions, kind of the way that you see stuff on TV, right? I'm going to give you that opportunity. This is also going to be somewhat of a little bit of a learning session for folks because it's not as easy as always what it looks like on television. But I'm giving you an opportunity to ask questions of the other party. Any evidence that has been emailed that is relevant to this particular case, I will introduce and review so that the court can be able to have the other party view it as well as myself, so we can determine whether or not it has value to this particular case. And then I'll give the respondent as well an opportunity to introduce any witnesses, any other email evidence that they have had. And then again, the applicant will have an opportunity to cross-examine them and to cross-examine any of their witnesses, okay? And then at the conclusion of that evidence, I will allow folks to give a brief closing statement, remarks as they were, about why an arrest warrant either should be issued or an arrest warrant should not be issued and the case be dismissed, okay? And then I'll make a decision. It's relatively simple, but I understand how complicated it is because I understand how serious these matters are to folks. Because if you're willing not only to have the police come out, but to continue their pursuit, you have a serious matter and the court takes them seriously. And so we're going to consider the appropriate evidence. But let me be clear. If you have repetitive evidence, if you've got 3 witnesses saying the same thing, I don't need to hear from 3 witnesses. If you've got 10,000 text messages, I don't need to see all 10,000 text messages. And one, I don't have the time, and nor does the court have the time this evening to review 10,000 text, but I've seen it. People send a lot of text messages. but just be aware of that as well, okay? So folks are not disappointed sometimes when every single text message is not introduced, all right? Of course, everybody will be under oath, and so obviously you don't want to perjure yourself this evening. You want to be truthful about the questions and the matter that we're doing. All right, so we're going to take these cases in order. So folks, those parties who have witnesses, when your case is up, I'm going to ask that those witnesses be sequestered. What does that really mean? That means that they are going to be put outside the presence of the hearing of evidence. That way that their evidence isn't necessarily tailored to whatever has been said before their testimony comes up, all right? So the first case that we're going to hear this evening is going to be Tasha Hoyt versus Janice Johnson Craig. Well, first off, did we get Miss Craig's sound going? Miss Craig, is your sound working? It sounds like a no, because I can't hear you. So what we're going to do, Ms. Hoyt, give me a second. I apologize. But if her sound doesn't work, I have to skip. We'll still give her an opportunity. We're not going to say we're going to continue your case yet, but we're going to move you to the back of the line because our technology isn't working right now. Okay, so just hold tight. So
Hey,
we're gonna,
Judge.
yes,
Judge,
ma'am.
hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Miss Craig, if you can hear us, can you just please log out and then try to log back in? It may help. We can't hear you if you're talking. I just see you moving your head. So if you just can log out and log back in, then we'll see if that helps you, okay? All right.
All right. All right, so folks, let's look at position 3 then. Let's do Edward McDaniel or Stevenson Castellan and Edward McDaniel.
Yes.
All right, Mr. McDaniel. And then we've got, we're looking for Mr. Castellan.
I'm here.
All right, so folks, again, let me tell you what's going on. Did you guys email me all your evidence?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, that's my-
Clerk, do we have all those things? I see evidence here.
I sent something for, I saw something for Mr. I hope we're not butchering your name. Is it Castellan?
Castillon.
Okay, got it. Sent that from him. I didn't see anything from Mr. McDaniel. Mr. McDaniel, did you send in any evidence?
No.
Okay, great. So I've sent over what I have.
All right. And Mr. Castellan, I don't know why, but the video you sent requires a specific extension. And I'm not sure whether or not I have that extension. I don't know why.
Which one is it? Because I sent 2.
I don't know, but it's asking for some type of extension, and I don't have that.
I downloaded from the app when the incident happened, so
Hold
I
on.
don't know what kind of extension it's asking for.
Don't worry about it. We'll see if I can open it on another thing here. Hold tight. Bear with me.
Is it both of the videos or just one?
I only see one. Clerk, do we have any other videos?
I only saw that one email. I can check again. Did you send them in separate emails?
Yeah, I had sent 2, but it's coming from the same email.
Was that today?
I can
Yeah,
see the
sent one
video.
at-
So folks, I can
I
see.
sent one at 6:23 and I sent one at 6:33.
Here, I'm gonna
Okay,
see-
I'll check again.
All right.
All right. All right. I can at least see the video, so we can work on it. All right, we can work on it. All right, so fellas, any other information from Mr. Edwards? Mr. Edwards, do you have any that you want to make sure that we see other than your witness? That you have?
Edward, and no, I do not have any.
All right, so can you get I think you said your witness is there with you. Can you get them to go to another room?
With my phone or?
No. They can go to another room. You need your phone.
Okay.
Are they going? Can you show your phone so I know that nobody's in the room that's going to be testifying? Appreciate it. You have a nice house. All right, folks, let me get you to raise your right hand. Right hand. Mr. Castellan and Mr. McDaniel, that's it. Not you, Ms. Gregg. We can't even hear you. All right. So, folks, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes.
All right, fellas. So this is what's going to happen. I'm going to first address the particular complaint or application that we're here about, make sure that we understand the parameters that we're talking about here, and then I'll allow you guys or Mr. Castellan to proceed with his opening statement, and then we'll go from there, Mr. McDaniel. Hold tight, folks. There we go. Bear with the court here. All right, folks, we are here regarding the allegation of a pointing or aiming a gun or pistol at another. And this is an offense date that occurred on April 24th, 2023. This happened allegedly in DeKalb County.
I was muted. Hi, AV. You haven't missed anything. It's just getting started.
So, Mr. Castellan, where is Mr.
I'm sorry you had a rough
We're
week,
going
though.
to give you to the 6:45 going to give you till about
too.
6:48, 6:49
Me
here
too.
to give me a background regarding what occurred here in April about the pointing or aiming a gun.
First off, I want to start off by saying thank you for giving me an opportunity to start. So around,
Okay.
I believe, I can't recall the time, around 2 to 3 in the morning, me and my ex, we was arguing outside right by the door, and out of nowhere, Mr. Edward came down, and then he said, we need to shut the fuck up. We are being too loud. And I
30
said,
minutes in.
you need to mind your fucking business. So I told him,
There we go.
can I speak? So I told him he needs to mind his, excuse my language, I said he needs to mind his F business, right? And then he pointed his gun at me while he was walking towards his car and said that he will pop me. And I told him, go ahead and pop me. And as you can see on the video, you will see where he pointed the gun at on the video as well. And
okay.
this is actually his third time doing that. So that's why I decided to call DeKalb County and put him in there, because this is his actually third time pointing a gun at me or mention that he will pop me. So, yeah.
Okay. Hold tight. And you said 2 videos?
I sent 2 videos that I could find, yes.
Okay.
The one that's in kind of like the black and white, that's the one the day that it happened. And it's another one. It's 2 of them. So
Okay.
the one in the black
Hold
and
on,
white.
we'll get to that. I just wanted to make sure the videos. All right, Mr. McDaniel, you don't blow. Come on, you smoking, man. You I already done told you before we got started. Does this hang? I know. Is that a candle? Unmute, man.
No,
That is
What was that?
not a candle.
it's a vape.
Listen, man, you can't vape in court.
Come on.
I know this
dude.
might make you nervous. I get it, but try to
I'm
drink.
not nervous. I'm far from nervous.
All right, well then, put the camera on your face so I can see your whole face, and that's not vape on the screen.
All right, what's up?
All right, sit up a little bit. It's serious, man.
What's
I
up?
mean, you may or may not care. This man saying he wants you to go to jail, so let's just consider. So the date is
I love this
6:48.
judge.
All right, I'm gonna give you till about 6:51, 6:52 to tell me about what's going on.
All right, well, like you said, I was leaving, but as I was leaving, I didn't say nothing to him and his girlfriend. I kept going. And as I was walking out the door, he said, go with the little bitch boy. And that's when I told him to shut the fuck up, because he said something to me first. And he kept going and kept going.
And we will not.
He kept coming towards me, so I felt a little threat, and he bigger than me. I'm a skinny
So make
dude.
sure you like and subscribe.
I'm finna protect myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Is that it?
Coming
Yeah,
in
that's it.
hot.
All right. All right. So, folks, what we're going to do next is we're obviously going to go through the whole matter here. As Mr. Castellano, you said that you had either witnesses or you wanted to introduce some video. So, which is it, the witness first or no witness? I'm sorry, or the video?
I don't have no witness, sir.
Okay, forgive me. All right, then give me a second to pull up this video. See if I have another one that will actually play. Bear with me.
Wait, is Clarence Thomas the third muted?
I'm going to share my screen if I can get this video to work. Okay,
Maybe he's talking to
folks?
somebody else.
All right. I think I can get it to work.
Wow.
And Mr. Castellano, you indicated that the second video may not be from that date of incident. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the only one is
Can you
black
share?
and
Can
white.
I get the authority to share my screen, clerk?
So it's a black and white. That was the day of the incident.
Video. We got a video. Let's see it.
All right. All right. Tell me if you can see my screen, folks.
I can see it.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
day of the incident. Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Edwards, don't say anything. We'll get to you an opportunity to respond. I just want to play this up.
I see it.
All right. Hold tight. I can't hear anything here.
The video, it don't have no noise.
It's a security video, right?
And so,
As you
what
can see,
did you want specific? Because the court's having a hard time here, and I'll play it again because I.
That was it? Oh, man. KCC.
All right. So, what would you like the court to recognize about this
Hi.
video?
so as he mentioned earlier, he said that I was following him. People to, as you got, I I started approaching him saying, pop me, when he said that he was going to pop me. I was not following him. I was already outside, like I mentioned, with my girlfriend arguing by her showing up to my place. So I was not following him. I was already outside, and he pointed the gun at me.
Okay.
The only.
And where was
I'm
the
sorry.
gun pointed? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that there was a gun in his hand?
Yeah, if you zoom in on the video, it's on the video. You can see the gun. Just go back to the video. You can see the gun.
Okay. All right. And the other video again is not from this day of incident.
It's not from this day of the incident. No.
Okay. All right. Anything else that you want the court to consider before I hear from Mr. Mr. McDaniel?
You saw it?
Not at the
Maybe
moment. No,
saw
sir.
it.
Okay. Mr. McDaniel, before I get an opportunity for you to
Maybe saw it.
give a complete response and introduce any evidence that you have, would you like to cross-examine Mr. Costley?
Please do.
I don't have any evidence.
Would you like to ask him any questions regarding this matter?
Yeah, what's his problem with me?
And again, let me just make sure I frame this as well, Mr. McDaniel. To give folks the opportunity to ask questions, I primarily would like them to be, if you can, centered around the subject matter of why we're here, point of pistol or the allegations. I don't want it to get too far into the weeds about certain relationships, because then that takes us off the rails. You are capable of asking him a host of questions, but let's try to limit or keep it within the realm of what's going on today. All right?
All right.
All right. So do you have any questions for Mr.
Oh my
Caston?
God,
No.
she's back. She's
Okay.
back. Guys, did you see her?
And Ms. Dickey, I don't know if you
Did you see her? The girl that's gaming the system, Miss Dickey there in the middle. Like he said in the beginning, like he went through his rules and he's like, you guys got to have your face on the camera. I want to see your face. I want to see you not moving. I want to see you still. So this lady in here who's like, looks like she has a mugshot of her face. She has that's her green screen is her picture of her face so that she can like walk around and not actually be on screen and like follow his rules, which I kind of respect that. I kind of really respect that. But I don't know if you can see who she's talking about, but I mean, that's a bold move. So she either has experience and I don't know. I mean, respect. I think he's about to yell at her for it, though. I think he just finally caught on.
you're smoking either, but I couldn't tell. Folks
Yeah, there she is.
vape
See?
on camera all the time. All right. Well, if you don't have any questions for Mr. Castle and I, we're going to go ahead and proceed with you. So, Mr. McDaniel, you said you didn't email any evidence, correct?
That's how you
No, I
don't
just got a
stay on
witness.
camera.
All
I
right,
bet
let's
she's
bring the
driving.
witness in.
She
Where's
looks
your
like
witness?
she's
You can go ahead and call her in.
Okay, sorry, I'll shut up. But yeah, what's his problem with me? That was a good cross question. Kitch, it really was.
What are you doing?
Is a possibility.
Let me pick the phone up. You got it muted?
How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
What's your name?
Rolanda McDaniel.
All right, Ms. McDaniel. I'm going to get you under oath, okay?
Okay.
And then tell Mr. McDaniel he needs to come on back because he has to ask you questions, all right?
Okay. Mr. McDaniel, you need to come on back. You have to ask the questions.
He left to get a snack. He does not care.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, this is what we're going to do. I'm not necessarily going to ask the questions. You're going to ask Ms. McDaniel here the relevant questions that you want the court to know about or evidence that you want to elicit from her. You can't ask her to essentially cross-examination questions. You can't ask her leading questions. You can't have to ask her opening questions like, what did you see? What do you know? Okay, not like, didn't you do or didn't you see this? That's more telling. We want her to tell and not you. That's different in cross-examination. All right,
Okay.
so I'm going to get Ms. McDaniel under oath. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, under the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes.
All right, Ms. McDaniel, Mr. McDaniel, feel free to ask her the questions that may be that you want to potentially elicit any evidence for or about.
Well, can you start off explaining what exactly happened in the incident? Would that be fine?
That's fine. That was that.
I didn't see the actual per se of him pointing a gun at the individual. I did hear a lot of arguing going on. So when I got up, I saw Mr. McDaniel getting into his car and the claimant, Mr. I don't want to butcher his name. I'm sorry, saying that he was talking here on the steps and they were going back and forth arguing. I know this has been going on for some time. It started with the claimant's girlfriend. I know that's how it all stemmed off. I'm not sure why there's so much animosity.
Mr. McDaniel, you have any other questions for Ms. McDaniel?
Not right now.
Okay. Mr. Castellan, do you have any questions
I
for
respect the
Ms.
brevity.
McDaniel? You're on mute too.
No, sir, not at the moment.
All right. Mr. McDaniel, do you have any other questions for Ms. McDaniel?
You want to explain anything else?
As far as the incident,
As far as what you know, besides what happened right there.
I don't know if I can say this. I mean, I know you're probably objective. I can't say it, but I mean, I know there's been a lot of threats. There's been a lot of back and forth proceeding up to that incident. I mean, he will walk in the building and there would be words that would be said, and I told him to ignore it. And I guess it got to the point where he felt threatened.
All right. Any other questions
Are
for
you
Ms. McDaniel?
serious, AV? I'm so
Not
excited
moment,
right
no.
now.
Okay. All right. Then Ms.
I cannot
McDaniel, we're going to
wait.
let you go. I think you're done, so I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Castellan, do you have any questions for Mr. McDaniel? You don't have to, and Mr. McDaniel, you don't have to testify if you don't, so choose. Well, I guess you've already testified. But Mr. Castellan, do you have any questions for Mr. McDaniel?
No.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to surmise here, and then I'm going to give you folks an opportunity to close out. I know you guys didn't supply a lot of information. I do know that
Brought
there's a
enough
video here.
proof.
And so really the allegation, just so you guys understand, is whether or not Mr. McDaniel pointed the picture at Mr. Castellan without legal justification. And so with that, what I'm going to do is, Mr. Castellan, I'm going to give you an opportunity of 3 minutes here. It's basically 7 o'clock. I'm going to give you to 7:03. It may not take you that long, sir, but to tell me why an arrest warrant should be issued against Mr. McDaniel. I also am going to want to know just here before you start, Mr. Castellan, is Mr. McDaniel a neighbor of yours?
Yes.
Is he currently a neighbor?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Mr. McDaniel, do you still live at the apartment, same complex as Mr. Castellan?
No, I moved.
Okay. All right, Mr. Castellan, please give me 3 minutes here or less of why you believe an arrest warrant should be issued.
I believe an arrest warrant should be issued due to the fact that it's the third time it's happening. And pointing a gun at somebody, threatening to pop them is something that I take very serious. That's why I decided to file for to bring it to the law enforcement to make sure to get this guy out the street, because I don't see a gun as a toy. To me, pointing a gun at somebody, I don't think it's the best option, for you to point a gun at somebody, just for no reason, use the guns as the toys. As you can see on the second video that I showed you, this guy will come to my door with rifle and guns on his waist. I don't think that's normal. That's normal for him to keep, pointing gun at me or coming to my door with gun, because ain't no telling how I may feeling, for somebody to keep pointing gun at me over and over and over. Because, I ain't nobody's child or family member for them to keep pointing gun at me.
All right.
And like I said, like I mentioned, it's not the first time. It's not this the third time.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Bear with me. All right, Mr. McDaniel. It's 7:01. You got up to 3 minutes to 7:04. Let me know why you believe an arrest warrant should not be issued regarding the allegation of you pointing a pistol.
Because I never went to the door at all besides one incident. And when I did go to the door, I never had my pistol on me. And I shouldn't be arrested, period. I got neighbors that walk up and down this driveway with little little sidewalk with rifles, pistols hanging all out. What's the difference? I don't point my guns at people.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I pointed my gun at him because I felt threatened. He's bigger than me. I'm a skinny dude. Literally, I'm skinny. He's way bigger than me.
All right. Hold tight.
So, oh.
Hold on, folks. All right. So let me first address the real issue. Obviously, here there's allegations of threats, there's allegations of arguments. And so the court is concerned, obviously, that these matters could escalate, which is one of the reasons why the court was concerned about whether or not these parties live in the same complex. You guys don't. However, I'm looking over the evidence. I see that there were some additional allegations of pointing a pistol. Though those matters are not before the court, the greater concern is that there's not a dispute about whether or not there was a pointing of the pistol. It's about whether or not there was a legal justification. Obviously, the video that we saw, though that was dark, obviously there doesn't appear to be any current dispute about there being a weapon in your hand, Mr. McDaniel. Obviously, the video shows and doesn't show that Mr. Castellan is in any way backing down as well, or walking away, both walking away. But Mr. Edwards, it frustrates me because I do understand the concern about being afraid. I don't have any issue with that. My concern, though, is that you're walking away. He's yelling, at least assumingly profanities, as you indicate. You're assumingly yelling or trying to walk away. And I don't see at this point justification because you didn't have it out the whole time. And I understand things move quickly, but that could have immediately escalated beyond what it is because you were going away. You were doing the right thing, but obviously bleeding out the firearm could have made this thing turn into a whole different situation. And that gives really concern to the court because I tell you, man, I answer too many calls where young people are killed too many times over situations like this. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to issue the warrant, Mr. Edwards. I'm going to obviously allow you to turn yourself in. My goal is not for you to lose your job. My goal is not for you to cause a significant upheaval in your life. You've already moved. But obviously, the concern of the court is that this thing where this doesn't be a Kiss Castellan on the other side, and someone pulls their weapon as well, and then this turns into something then not a criminal warrant application, but an investigation of a death or murder issue. And we just can't have that in DeKalb County. We can't have that in our country. So what we're going to do is we're going to issue the arrest warrant. I'm going to do a stay away from Mr. Castellan. That just means that don't go around him, don't be on his gram. Look, y'all may have been cool, y'all may have not been cool, but we ain't got to worry about it because you're not even going to talk, y'all ain't going to go around each other. And so obviously in the event that is violated, there could be additional charges going on, but I'm not going to worry about that, Mr. McDaniel, because I don't think you're going to do that. I don't think you're going to have to worry about that. I think you've already acknowledged and moved on and moved away. But the evidence is the evidence, at least for probable cause. And so I do think that it has met that. And so, Mr. McDaniel, what I want to ask you, because you have to come down to the DeKalb County jail down there off of Memorial Drive, you just turn yourself in. Or at least, again, I don't know who still has their thing on meetings in the mute. You turn yourself in, you get fingerprinted, you should be released within that same day. There are going to be instructions that are going to be emailed to you that provide you the information so that you don't do things that will hold you up. Okay. You're going to have to sign the special conditions. Hold on. I'm going to give you until, because today is, give me 1 second. Today is the 26th. All right. I understand the 4th is next Tuesday. So I'm going to give you until next week after next. I don't mess you up here. I'm going to give you to next week, the 8th, because he can turn himself on a Saturday. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't necessarily want to do that, but I'm going to give you until the 8th. Okay. The 8th to turn yourself in. As a result, you'll be able to go through that process, sign everything. Mr. Castellan, your responsibility has not ended. You're going to need to no later than the 28th. The 28th, you're going to have to sign for the special conditions in the warrant so that Mr. McDaniel can actually turn himself in. If you do not do that, he can't turn himself in. If you don't do it, then the arrest warrant doesn't go. Okay, so if you don't sign for the arrest warrant, then there won't be an arrest warrant. All right, so you're going to have to do that by the 28th. And again, Mr. McDaniel, you'll have until the 8th to turn yourself in for this purpose. But that's going to be the order of the court. My clerk is going to email you guys both the directions, and that's going to be the order of the court, okay?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Where do I go sign it?
The same place, Memorial Drive, but the clerk will email you instructions as well to give you all that information.
All righty, thank you.
All right, Mr. McDaniel, do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate your patience and your cooperation this evening. All right, and I'll let you both go.
Mr. McDaniel, Mr. McDaniel.
Hold on for 1 second, Mr. McDaniel.
I can't see my own mother because she's still stay over here.
Well, again, the parameters of the stay away are staying away from him. I'm not sure if there's an amount, if they live in the same apartment, but I doubt that. I don't think there should be
the same building.
Well, I think there's other ways around.
There's no other way around it.
Well, Mr. McDaniel, listen. I understand your mother lives there, but I understand he lives there. And there are going to be parameters. They are temporarily inconvenient. Maybe your mother can come over where you are. Maybe you can come over when he's not there. I'm not sure. But obviously, this situation has exacerbated beyond just some simple play because he's went this far. So we've got consideration. But what we want to do, and we'll be able to explain to you the further extent of that stay away, but the goal is to stay away from Cassian. We're not to stay away from the apartment building, to stay away from him. So if you're around him, that's one thing. If you're telling me you can't do that, you can't see your mother and not stay and not be around him, then that's a different concern. But I think that you can. But first, I'm going to need to get your email address so that we can give you the appropriate information. Because if he signs for it and you don't do what you need to do, then you'll just have a warrant out there, and that's never good. Because it ain't never good for anybody to be riding around with an arrest warrant. Okay, that would be significantly difficult for you as you proceed in life. All right.
Hey,
All right. So go ahead and put the email down in the chat box so the clerk can get the information over to you. And once we get that, you're free to leave. Mr. Castellano, you're free to leave as well.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, folks. Did we have an opportunity to get Miss Craig back on?
Can you hear me now?
I can. There's a little bit of an echo, but I can hear
Cut
you.
that one off. I'm on my
You
phone.
got multiple things going on.
Okay.
All right, so since you're there, let's go ahead back, folks, to position 2. Bear with me. All right, position 2 is going to be the accused respondent, Janice Johnson Craig. The applicant is Tasha S. Hoyt.
Yes.
All right, Miss Hoyt, you're there. All right, folks, do you guys have any witnesses here this evening? And if you do, they're going to need to go to either another room or we're going to put them in a private waiting room until their time to testify. So, Miss Hoyt, do you have anybody?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And remind me where they are and who that is.
I have Lisa Mason. She's on the call.
All right, Miss Mason, where are you, ma'am? All right, I see you. All right, good evening. So we're gonna put you in a waiting room. It's gonna be quiet. It's just gonna be you, but you're gonna be there for a bit, and we're gonna see about bringing you in if we need to. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you for your patience. All right, Miss Craig, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, I do, sir.
All right, and where are they? And who are they?
It's my husband.
And he's there in the room with you.
Yes, sir.
If you can just go, maybe he can watch some TV. I know it's a dead space for sports, but maybe he can catch some baseball. And then if we need him, he can come on back. All right.
Okay, he's going out now. He's closing the door.
Perfect. All right. Intimate setting. Just me and the parties and a bunch of.
Judge, would you like me to put the other Miss Craig, the other screen where her husband was at in the waiting room?
Let's go ahead and put the couch up.
Oh, okay. Let me put you back on mute.
Comfy couch. All right, Ms. Hoyt, Ms. Craig, let's see the right hand. You swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of the law.
I do.
I do.
Excellent. So, folks, if you've watched or paid attention at all, you'll see that I'm going to give you an opportunity to first give me a background about what's going on. I'm going to identify exactly what the allegation is, as well as the date that we're talking about. We'll try to keep the issues surrounding that particular date. And then I'll give opportunities for parties to go ahead to give a little bit of an opening statement, as well as introduce any evidence, and we'll do the cross-examining directly with any witnesses and things of that nature. So let me make sure we're addressing why we're here. All right, so we're here because there's an allegation of battery, of scratching and punching the victim, and this happened back on relatively recently here. No, I'm sorry, this is some time ago. I misunderstood the date. This is why I want to make sure, folks. This is from May 30th, 2020. This is during the pandemic. Do I have that time, that date correct, Ms. Hoyt?
Yes, you do, Your Honor. It's correct. I'm sorry. That is
3 years ago, but crime is a crime if it's been committed. All right, and so we got that here. Obviously, Miss Craig is here, so we don't have any issues of notice. Give me 1 second here. Any other relevant information before I want to get to it? All right, so I'm going to allow Ms. Hoyt, Ms. Craig.
Hold on a minute. My headphone fell out.
Obviously,
There we
until
go. Sorry
her
about
3
that.
minutes are up, I'd ask that you remain quiet here, and then she can, then we'll let her speak. All right, it's 7:14, basically 7:15. So, Ms. Hoyt, I'll give you till about 7:18 regarding this allegation that happened back on May 30th, 2020 regarding a battery.
Mhm.
All right, you're already under oath.
20?
yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, May 3rd, 2020, and I know it's far back, but this is how long I've been dealing with trying to get this behind me. This lady has come to my house, well, the last resident where I stayed, She came 3 times.
What does her shirt say?
3 times. So the last time it got a little hectic. It did. I asked her to leave, which her and her husband had stuff going on. I ain't have nothing to do with that. They came to my residence where I stay. I asked her to leave, her and him to leave. She did not do so. She came in, she tried to hit me with the car. She got out, she put the car in park.
I love her
Then
shirt.
she ran up in my face. I asked her to leave. She still wouldn't leave. So then that's when he seen me and her had a little heated conversation. So he ran down to the little area where we was in the parking lot. So that's when my neighbor came out, the witness that I have today, that saw her when she came over there, all up in my face. She even asked her to leave. That's when she said, wherever her husband could be, she could be. No, not if you came 3 times and I asked you to leave. I don't understand what y'all got going on. That's not my business. But I got into some trouble that I shouldn't have. This has caused me not to work. I haven't worked since the pandemic. I'm not able to work. She bit me down to my nerves. And I did send the pictures and everything. And I've been dealing with this. And it's ongoing. And I'm still trying to find doctors to see about this bite mark. It's awful. It is awful. Your mouth is the last nastiest part of your body. And she bit me down to my nerves. She used her teeth as a weapon.
Okay. And is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Let me just make sure I understand before we allow to proceed, because I'm having a little difficulty following. What is your relationship to Ms. Gray? Do you have a relationship with Ms.
I don't know her. I don't know her. I know her husband. Her husband has a barbershop. He used to cut my son's hair, and sometimes he would cut mine when I wore it up. And it went with that. Me and him always have been friends. I don't know nothing about his wife. I don't know what they had going on. They had their own stuff going on. I got in the middle of something that I shouldn't have been in. Now I'm handicapped. I'm disabled for the rest of my life at 45 years old. 45. Just had a birthday last week. 45. I cannot work no more.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, Ms. Craig, I'm going to give you at 7:17. I'm going to give you to 7:20 here to give you some background regarding this matter that happened on May 30th, 2020.
I was planning on this being a
Correct.
wholesome stream.
Oh, you ready for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, she knows me very well, sir. Basically, what has happened here, she's been going with my husband for quite some time. I put my husband out. It wasn't just her. My husband had several women. I mean, plenty of women. It wasn't just her, but the thing of it is, that day that I came to her apartment, I was coming to see my husband. Me and my husband had a dispute the night before, and he spent the night with me. That next morning, he got up to leave. We had a nasty argument, and I was trying to take my garage door opener from him because that's the way he had me getting into my home. So when he left, I followed him to her house. When I got to her house, well, not to her house, to her apartment complex. When I got there, she was standing outside by the edge of the road. When I went to pass her, she was standing on the phone with someone. I don't know who she was talking to, but she was talking loud.
Oh, we hold on, Ms. Craig. We lost. Hold on. We lost you for a second. Now we can't hear you. Hold on. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hold tight. We lost your sound.
Oh no.
Unmute. No, you. Is it a Bluetooth device that you have? Turn off your Bluetooth. Sometimes Bluetooth is an issue.
Yes, that happens to me all the time. Happened just a minute ago.
No, ma'am. Clerk, do you have any idea what would have occurred?
No, I don't. I was trying to think. The Bluetooth thing seems like it might be connecting to something.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of phone or device you have, but if it connects automatically to a
No, we can't hear you. But what about, you want me to let the other one back in, the couch? And maybe she can turn that one on. Looks like it was somewhere close to her. And maybe we can hear her through that device.
Sure.
Let's see.
All right, Miss Craig, if you can hear me, can you go to the camera with the couch if that's in the same house that you're in?
That's what she said.
Miss Craig?
Is her husband on there though? I feel like he's not. Oh, I wish he would come back.
Nope, put her back at the moment. Folks,
She just popped back in the waiting room, so I just let another
and share
Craig in.
Miss Dickey. She is still there following. Did he just wipe some tears?
Say she's joining.
No, he did not.
Bear with us, folks.
Look at Miss Dickey's camera. She's still chilling. I mean, he said, stay on camera. I need to see your face and stay still. So, yeah, hacker. Let's see if I can speed up. Because this, like I said in the beginning when nobody was here, I haven't seen
Miss
this yet.
Craig, unmute for me.
Come on, Miss
You got to
Craig.
unmute.
Come on, you
Can
can
you
do
hear me
this.
Aha, there we
Yes.
go.
Got
I
it.
had to go back in and
All
respond.
tech support. All right, so you were
I
saying,
apologize.
I hate to say it, that he had a whole lot of women. So go ahead, you're driving over there.
I apologize. Yes, when I turned into her complex, she was standing outside the road on the phone with someone talking on a phone. When I turned in, I passed her. As I was passing her, she hit the tail end of my car with her phone. I thought it was a phone from her house, what they call a home phone, basically. She said it in the last court. She said it was a cell phone. But again, when she hit my car, that's when
Oh,
I
stop. Give me 1 second. When you say the last court, before we go into there, I just want to make sure, what last court? You've been here before?
We just went to civil court on the same case. I got the dismissal right here where I was dismissed from that.
Okay. I thought it was another criminal matter. I'm sorry.
No. The same case. She tried to sue me, but they dismissed it.
Continue.
So when I stopped my car, I jumped out the car. When she hit my car, I jumped out the car and I did say, "Bitch, did you just hit my car?" And when I said that, my husband heard me because he was already at his truck. Him and her had been seeing each other for some time. So he was at his truck getting some things out of his truck. And when he heard my voice, he ran around the corner. When he came running around the corner, yes, I did. Me and him got into a dispute there. We had a little misunderstanding there. And when we had that misunderstanding, I guess she got upset. She charged me next to my car on the driver's side. And when she charged me, that's when me and her went into this altercation. But we really didn't even fight because my husband stopped us. He actually pulled me off of her. We fell into my car, and when he pulled us apart, he was holding me. While he was holding me in a bear hug, she was pulling my hair. Her neighbor, it was someone out there. I don't even know if that's the lady or not, but it was the lady that was standing out there. And yes, she was telling me to leave. She said, "Sweetheart," she said, "Is that your husband?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "You shouldn't be out here like that. Go home." She said, if that's who you have for a husband, you don't need him. Go home. That's what the lady was saying to me. I don't even know if that's the same. That don't even look like the same lady that was out there that evening. But if it is, that's what she said to me. And my husband, when he broke us up, he told her to go home. He told Tasha to go home and told me to leave. And as we were leaving, my husband told her to call the police on me. And when he said that, he walked over to his truck, got his things because he was trying to go to work that day. He went in his truck to get some of his things, and then he jumped in his truck to leave. And I followed him to work. So I'm not the aggressor. She came at me. I'm not the aggressor.
And that's her.
No. All right, so let's hear it now from Ms. Hoyt. We're going to go into the evidence now. So Ms. Hoyt,
And her
you want
shirt
to
is so
introduce any of
perfect for
the?
this case.
I've seen the photographs. Is that what you want to introduce? Or you want to get to your witness testimony?
Yes, we can introduce the photo, sir. Your Honor. Yes, sir, we sure can.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, thank you, AV.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Hold on, I'm just trying to pull this
She's
up,
at
folks.
super speed. You're right. I forgot. I was just going to speed
And ma'am,
up
I'm not going to
the-
be able to introduce,
rights.
please not publicly introduce any of your medical records. That is.
I do need to.
No,
No.
not the medical records.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't, I know I'm going to introduce the.
No, not the medical records. No, because they're ongoing. They are ongoing.
Just want to be clear here. Hold on. All right, let me see if I can pull
She
this
wearing a
photograph.
blanket or a robe? She totally is wearing a Snuggie.
I think I got it now.
Mm-hmm. He's got a great demeanor to do these kind of cases.
All right. It's kind of rough to look at here, Miss.
Oh, geez. I can't show that.
Yes, it is. It is. It hurts.
Can I show blood?
It really does.
Is it over?
All right.
Oh.
So what are we looking at here?
Oh, no.
That's why she used her teeth
Thank you.
to bite me. So she used her teeth as a weapon.
Don't.
Okay. Do you know how she bit you or how this happened?
Oh, God.
She bit me with her teeth.
No, what I'm saying, how did she get to your hand?
I didn't even know she bit me. I didn't even know she had bit me.
Oh,
Your Honor.
guys. Thank you.
I didn't. So
Thank
now,
you, guys. This is really gross. I
it-
mean,
it
it's not
has
even a very
handicapped
bad
me. It
cut.
has.
It's like,
and I am
a little- I don't
disabled.
know if you saw
I
the
have the
flash.
paperwork to
It's
show
like down here
that I am disabled.
but it's deep.
And
Like it's
yes,
only this,
it hurt.
like this big.
It
But
still hurt.
when she said she bit
Okay.
the nerve, like
And
she
you said
bit the
anything else that you
nerve.
that have been emailed that you want to say?
Wow.
No, that's
Okay, sorry.
that's
That
it.
was
That's
a
it.
lot.
All right, what about
I
you?
don't want to get in
witness?
trouble.
Yes, she's
I'll
there.
post it in the Discord
She's there.
for anybody
let's
that I
bring
guess
your
wants to
witness
see
in.
it, but let me know because I
Where's
really
Miss
don't want to
Craig?
do
Miss
that.
Craig, can you turn your camera back on? Come back on the screen for me, please.
That's a yes. That's
Hold
a
on for a
very
second,
good
Miss Hoyt.
point.
So can we bring in Miss Hoyt's witness as well as get Miss Craig back on the screen?
Okay, Miss Mason is joining. Not sure about Miss.
I see that we need to admit her. Maybe we need to admit.
That might not be the worst defense, but can you please look at Miss Dickey, or better yet, Miss Dickey's
Now, the
green
one you just
screen
admitted, that was the
while
one
she
with the
goes on about
couch.
her day.
That was her other witness. Were you
Oh,
ready for
man,
her husband to
okay.
speak? Or
No, I'm sorry.
And yes,
okay,
AV.
but Miss Mason is
she's
here.
wearing a blanket.
Okay, I'm looking
Now,
for
oh, you
Craig.
put the
Or
wrong
a
one in
robe.
there. I got you. I
Something.
got it.
Okay. Look at her. Point.
Miss Craig.
Where'd you go?
I just readmitted from the. Hold on, I just readmitted, so she's joining again. It takes taking her a little bit.
Okay, rejoining.
Okay, well, let me know when Miss Craig comes back.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, will do. It still says joining, so it just hasn't.
That was pretty
I don't know.
brutal.
She hasn't
Like, I don't want to get in trouble for showing that. I wasn't ready for it. Like I said, I haven't seen this clip, so I don't have like the time
Ms.
codes to
Mason, we'll
skip
start
to.
with you as soon as we get Miss Craig in, okay?
And I was just feeling this one for some reason.
Okay.
Oh. Let's see. I kind of want to get to the one where he has 5 kids named George. Which one was that, AV? After this one, I kind of want to go to that one.
Miss Craig.
Oh yeah, this is long, so we probably won't do all of this. We'll
No,
probably
Miss Craig
we'll do
still?
one more after this one.
Not yet. I mean, another one popped back in, and both of them have been admitted, but it just says joining, like it's taking a minute for it to pop into the screen. It did that the first time, but she finally populated. So hopefully she'll come on in a second.
All right, folks, we've got limited time here.
He's cutting to it. He always gets to it.
You can see if we can get Miss
He's
Craig
great at
back.
keeping on time.
We can't get Miss Craig back after
Yeah.
the rest of. So this is what we're gonna do, folks.
George Foreman.
Miss Mason, hold tight. Don't
That
know where
one.
Miss Craig went. We lost all of the screens now for Miss Craig.
All of the
So
screens.
give me 1 second and we
Okay,
will
let's
come back
go.
to her case. Okay, same thing. Sometimes my computer even likes to act a little tired and fatigued. So hold on. All right, so folks, this is what we're gonna do. As I said before, we're gonna give 3 minutes to each side to talk about the event question from April 26, 2023, simple battery. I'm sorry, it's simple battery.
Simple. She bit her nerve in her
No, I believe
hand.
this is, simple battery
I mean,
harm.
is that her? That's her right
And then
hand.
I will make a decision after we hear all the evidence as well. Ms.
I don't know if
Smith,
anybody's
you
ever
have
had,
a
like,
one witness, correct?
Injury to a nerve in their hand, but it probably sucks.
No.
You need
You
your
have, that's right, you have
hands.
no witnesses. You have no witnesses.
I'm here with my, but he wasn't at the scene
Okay.
when it happened.
And Miss Love, you have your daughter, correct?
Yes, sir, I do.
And did you forgive me? Did you email me any evidence?
No, I didn't.
Okay, no worries. So we're dealing with witness testimonies. That's fine. All right, so we've got you under oath. So Miss Love, I'm going to give you the opportunity to give me some information here at 7:35. So around 7:38, 7:39.
Okay, that particular day, her and my daughter had got into a fight at the school in the bathroom. Now, remind you, this is the first time Kayla has ever got in trouble in school before. She has never been into a fight.
Oh.
She's not rude to her teacher. She's not disrespectful. She has never been
Wait.
suspended before.
Wait.
So this incident, a little girl tapped her and told her to go to the bathroom.
Hold on.
She went to the bathroom and it was like maybe, I'm
No.
going to say,
That's the one that I needed to skip because 17, that's skipping. Oh, but hold on. Look at Miss Dickey. She's on the screen with her fake face. Okay, hang on. We're going. Okay, here we go. Now we're back. Let me see.
You talking to me, sir?
No, not yet, Miss Craig. Hold tight.
Okay.
Miss Mason. Oh,
Yes,
I can see. We got
Okay.
two cameras. Miss Craig, I must.
Not quite. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when I haven't seen the video yet. Oh, there's Miss Craig. Well,
It's pretty bad. You're bleeding and it's not stopping. She did proceed after the police left to go to the hospital.
Oh,
Miss Mason.
this was. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I just totally messed that up. Maybe I shouldn't
Ms.
bravely
Smith,
try videos I haven't
I'm concerned that the allegation is 3 times. I think the court is more concerned if it was a situation where someone invited you to their home to fight, because that thing happens all the time. I've seen young people always invite people to fight. Everybody thinks they can throw that. And she brought. Gonna get a stay away, so you ain't gotta worry about being around Miss Love. So if you can put down in the chat box your email. Miss
Okay,
Craig,
sorry, I did not mean to skip. I thought she was a
sir.
witness for another case. So here we
Miss
go.
Craig, you are everywhere. So position 5, hold tight. We don't end till 9 officially, so I think I'm gonna be able to get to you within that time period. All right. So Miss Craig, we were about to have Miss Mason get under oath, and she's gonna give us some get some evidence here, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll give you an opportunity to cross-examine. Miss Hoyt, go ahead and unmute.
You talking to me, sir?
No, not yet, Miss Craig. Hold tight.
Okay.
Miss Mason.
Yes,
I can see you got 2 cameras. Miss Craig, I must admit you got a camera showing you holding the phone that you currently are
Oh gosh,
holding.
she does have 2
There's
cameras.
a lot going on. Miss Mason, let me get your hand up here. You swear, affirm, and tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna now let Miss Foy ask you some questions, open-ended questions, direct exam questions. All right, and we'll see what comes out of it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, hi, Lisa. How are
Hello.
you? Yes, that on that particular day, May 3rd, 2020, you did come out of your house and saw that it was a little altercation going on with me, Miss Craig.
Yes, I did. As I proceed to, first, I was in the house. I had my window open. I usually open my blinds in the morning. As I proceed to go to my car to play my numbers, to go to the store, I heard the commotion. It was very loud. And as I proceed to get in my car, I seen Miss Hoyette and Miss Janice arguing backwards and forth, and Mr. Terry was right there. And Miss Hoyette kept proceeding to say, just leave my house. Just leave my house. Do not come to my house with this. I have neighbors. And I kept calling Miss Hoyette, and I told Miss Hoyette, I said, Miss Hoyette, just come on inside. Just go on inside. And as I proceed to put my tickets in the car, all of a sudden the fight broke out. As I ran over to grab Miss Hoyette and Miss Janice, they was proceed to fight. As Mr. Terry grabbed Janice, asked me to grab Tasha, and he grabbed Janice. The fight proceeded. As I broke it up, me and Mr. Terry, and she stated, BITCH, this is my husband. And Tasha stated, I don't want your husband. I want y'all to leave my house. As Miss Hoyette proceeded to walk towards her house, Miss Janice started to come towards Miss Hoyette. She picks up a brick as we proceed, and I told her this is not the way to go. She said, "That's my husband." I said, "I do understand that is your husband. I've been married for 20 years. I say y'all both needs to be whooping his behind, not fighting each other as Black women." So she proceeded to pick up the brick. I told her, I said, "Please do not throw that brick, because if it hits me, then it's going to be an altercation between me and you." I said, "Please do not throw the brick." She proceeds to throw the brick over my head. She jumped up. I kind of ducked my head, and Miss Hoyette stated, "BITCH, you hit me with that brick." As she started to walk towards her, and I turned back, grabbed Tasha, and Mr. Terry grabbed Miss Janice.
She's well spoken.
Okay. Ms. Hoyette?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, Scott.
Any other questions for this?
No, Your Honor. That'll be all.
All right. Any cross-examination, Ms. Craig?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Oh, bring it. Let's do this.
Okay. The young lady, Miss Mason, said that I threw a brick over her head. If I can remember, Miss Hoyette, Miss Mason it was a tall lady. She was a tall lady. When my husband grabbed me, he had me in a bear hug. When he had me in the bear hug, Miss Mason, was Tasha not pulling my hair when he had me in the bear hug? It was almost as if they was double teaming me, because he had me in the bear hug and she was pulling my hair. And what was my husband saying to Tasha? "Turn her hair loose, Tasha." When my husband pulled me and Tasha apart and he pulled me, he had me in the bear hug. Tasha started grabbing my hair. You and my husband was holding me. You was not holding Tasha. You and my husband, excuse me?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You and my husband was holding me. My husband.
I've been muted this whole time, Ms. Craig. Hold tight.
Mm-hmm.
You're not asking any questions.
Yeah, your objection.
You're testifying, man.
Okay.
Ask a question. I see that you're heated. This happened 3 years ago, but ask a question.
Oh,
please.
Okay. Tasha was, when my husband was.
No. Ask her a question.
Oh, ask her, was Tasha pulling my hair, Ms. Mason?
So when y'all was both fighting, you proceed to open your mouth. When you open your mouth, her hand was like over your mouth, and she was pushing your face. So as you proceed to hit her in the head, she went over and grabbed while y'all was fighting, she was grabbing your hair and you was grabbing hers. Y'all both had hair, y'all was grabbing. So when you proceed, when your husband grabbed you, I grabbed Tasha. I never grabbed you. I didn't grab you until you proceed towards her house as she was walking in, and you picked up the brick. We have bricks out there. And I asked you nicely, and I'm a woman of God, so I'm not gonna lie. I asked you nicely. I said, "Please do not throw that brick, because if that brick hit me," I said, "then it's gonna be precaution between me and you." I said, "Y'all don't need to be out here fighting, because we are Black women. You need the procedure." I said that y'all need to be whooping his ass, because he's the one putting y'all in this situation. He would not stop from coming over to her house as she had proceeded to ask him, "Quit coming over to my house." He would not. Just like he proceeded to say, "I will be back tonight, Tasha, in front of you." "I will be back tonight." She said, "Don't bring your old ass over here." But you proceed to jump over me and throw the brick as I ducked. And I turned around her, Miss Hoyette said, "This BITCH hit me with this brick," and started trying to come towards you again. I grabbed Miss Hoyette and told her, "You're bleeding. You need to go in there and call the police," is what she proceeded to do. As she proceeded to go in there and call the police, Miss Shannon, you went to your husband's truck as he proceeded to tell Tasha, "I'll see you tonight. I will be here tonight." And Tasha said, "No, you're not coming over here tonight. Just go and take your old ass on about your business." You say, "No, this is my husband. He ain't coming over here. This is my husband." So that's why it kept going back and forth with the argument. I pushed Tasha into her house. So she called 911, and I told her, "You need to go to the hospital, because you was beat pretty bad. You're bleeding and it's not stopping." She did proceed after the police left to go to the hospital.
Miss Mason, you said that in the midst of me and Tasha fighting, you said in the midst of us fighting, you said Tasha put her hands in my face and I bit her. Miss Mason, when me and Tasha started fighting, we didn't even get a chance.
Hold on, wait, Miss Craig, this isn't an opportunity to explain what she said. This is her
Save it for your closing.
Okay. You get an opportunity to contest anything that people may have said from what they come out and said.
I got
This ain't that time. So do you have another question?
Okay. Basically, she's saying that
don't sum it up. Do you have another question for her?
Okay. Basically, okay. I'm just trying to get all this caught up in my head because it was 3 years ago. But like I said, like she's saying, is that I threw a brick over her head. This lady is like about 5'10", 5'11". I'm 5'3".
I'm 5'8".
Okay, Miss Craig,
And I'm just trying to understand why she's saying that I threw a brick over her head. Why would I throw a brick over your head? That's what
I get that. That's minute in overall while we're here. So if there's any other questions that you have for her.
I just want to. I just want to know why is everything done changed around now. Other than when me and her talk, like she said, she did explain to me that was my husband.
Wait. But that's her testimony now. I don't know what y'all talked about before.
Right.
This is what she's saying right now.
Right.
And that's what matters most at this time and in this moment.
You are
so
absolutely
if you
right.
have any other questions for her,
I do not.
All right. Miss Hoyette, do you have any redirect? Any other questions for Miss Mason?
I think you're
You're
good.
on mute.
I think
Miss
you're good.
Hoyette, do you have any other questions for Miss Mason?
No, Your Honor, I don't. I'm sorry.
Miss Mason,
Do y'all think
thank you
she
so
wore that
much for
shirt
your
on
testimony and
purpose?
time, but you are free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Miss Miss Craig,
Yes, sir.
do you have any questions for Miss Hoyette?
I do.
Miss
Okay,
Hoyette on
here
mute.
we
Now, let me
go.
be clear. Please, whoever is Sharon Dickey,
The boys have some.
we're gonna have to put you in the waiting room. You always.
Man, it's honestly better when you just have your
Miss
fake
Craig, I'm going to let you
screen.
cross-examine Miss Hoyette, but I want you to be respectful and I want you to ask her questions. All right, I don't need this to be an opportunity where you berate because I'm not going to allow that to happen.
Right. I'm respectful.
So,
Yeah.
Tasha.
what's the issue?
Agree, AV.
Tasha, she there?
She's there. Ask you a question.
I'm here.
Yes. Well, you're not seeing my husband.
Was I not seeing your husband? Me and your husband were friends for a long time. I never knew anything about you. He cut my son's hair. I have twins, a boy and a girl. If he never told you that. He cut my son's hair since he was 8 years old. He can tell you that. And Terry always had a thing for me. I kept it professional with Mr. TC. If my kids were calling, we respected him faithfully. I never knew who you were till you ran up in my house the first time. I ain't know nothing about you. I don't know nothing about you. What y'all got going on? I don't have anything about to say about that.
Next question.
Okay. When I came to my husband's barbershop and you were sitting in there with my husband, I thought you was in there with one of the guys' hair he was cutting. Well, you're not there for my husband.
He cuts my hair. He cuts my hair. He used to cut my hair.
Miss Hoyt.
He used to cut hair.
Right. He used to cut your hair, as you say.
Yes.
Miss Hoyt. That day that I gotten off of work, came up to my husband's shop, and I sat in there and I sat next to that. I spoke to you. I didn't know who you were. I knew nothing of you. I didn't know who you were. And the guy that my husband, it was 3 guys, my husband cut hair, and you were still sitting there. And then when you were still sitting there, I was trying to figure out who you were and who were you there for.
Yes, to get my hair cut. To get my hair cut. He knows the reason I was
Miss Hoyt. That day.
Miss Craig.
Yes, sir.
She's not giving you the response that you ultimately want to hear. And that's her prerogative. She's under oath. But if she's not answering, at least not giving you the answer that you would desire, move on to the next question.
Well, I respect that. I respect that, Your Honor. What I'm trying to get to the point is all of this. Why is all this going on? What I'm trying to get her to understand is
No. This isn't the time for her to get to understand. This is just for questions. So what question do you have for her next? Because there's an allegation that you caused a battery harm to this woman based upon this palm incident that occurred. And so we want to find out whether or not that is true or not, and whether the allegation of you battering her is in fact occurred, at least up to probable cause.
Okay, sir. She's claiming that I caused a battery on her. It was if I battered her, I don't recall biting her. I don't recall.
Okay, wait. You're again testifying. I know you're an intelligent woman, so I have no doubt that you understand what I'm saying.
Right.
And it's time for you to ask her questions. I understand you are very interested in maybe defending yourself, and that's fine. But some of that can come from asking this other individual questions. And so that's what we're asking you to do. Okay. So Ms. Hoyt, please unmute yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And then we can continue with questions.
Okay. If she said that you say ask her a question.
Right.
Tasha, that evening, after that day, you said I came to your house, and I want to ask you, why were you outside that day when I came to your house?
because my girls had went to the store and saw you riding really, really fast, following your husband to my house. Because you think so much going on between me and him. They saw you by the food depot. You was riding really, really fast. And when you turned in, I was on the phone with my friend. Not that I got to tell you who I was on the phone with. You came to my house following your husband. For what?
Oh my God.
For what? Why? You disabled me for the rest of my life. I haven't worked since you did that. I haven't worked. I can't work.
Miss Hoyt.
I cannot work, Ms. Jackson.
Right, that's not the question. So, Ms. Craig, I'm going to give you a couple more questions, Ms. Craig, because you're taking a lot of time and not asking many questions.
I really don't know what to even ask anymore because they stated what she said she had Miss Mason. My witness haven't even come in here yet. So when y'all ready for
It's not your turn yet. You'll get that opportunity. So if you don't
Okay.
have any other questions, then you don't have no other questions.
Okay, I don't have any other questions, sir.
That's totally okay.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Hoyt, do you have any other evidence? You had your witness and we looked at your pictures in your hair. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right,
That's
Ms. Craig.
enough.
Now
That's
it's your
bad.
turn. Do you have any email evidence or witness testimony you would like to introduce?
Yes, I didn't email anything, but you said something about
A witness?
Somebody sending me an email to send something. I have my the civil case. I had a case on the last time we were supposed to go to court. The first time we were supposed to go to court, I had to go to court the day after that. We went for a civil suit, and it was all dismissed because the judge couldn't find any evidence that all this was real. So I have that dismissal for the civil suit.
And I can take that under advisement, but obviously.
Oh, headphones. Sorry.
See, a civil matter is not here on this particular issue. So, so anything else? Any witness testimony, anything like that?
Yes, I have my husband here.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, well, let's bring him. Where is he?
He's out there. Let me go get him. Can I get him?
You can get him.
I did catch that. I mean, if the hands are in your face and you're struggling. I mean, I don't know, but why would you fight the woman and just let your husband do whatever he? I don't know.
He's coming on.
Is he worth fighting for? Like, I don't think he is at that point. Like, what are you doing? Like, first of all, Miss Alexa, block his number. Yes. Block his number.
Here you go.
Wait, is this her husband?
Kind of dark. Can we get some light on? Y'all can't see.
I see they don't have lighting set up either. It's not just me. Is that still her husband? Did he let her stay?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Can I get you under oath?
Yes.
You swear, affirm, and tell the truth, the whole truth, and the penalty and perjury of the law?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Miss Craig, this is how this is going to work. You're going to get an opportunity to ask Mr. Craig some open-ended questions. You should have seen this happen on other cases. You saw it happen with Ms. Mason. Feel free to ask Mr. Craig some questions.
He's in our house.
Do you have any questions for me?
Oh, he's talking to me?
You have to ask him. Yes, this is your witness.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, people. Let's get it together.
Were you and Tasha seeing each other?
We were friends.
We were
So y'all
friends.
were seeing each other?
We was friends.
Were y'all?
I was. That don't have nothing to do with the case. I cut Tasha hair and.
Hold on, sir.
Okay. Did they not practice this? They're in the same
answering the
house.
questions.
Come on.
You gotta answer the question, not whatever you want to say.
We were seeing each other. I go to Tasha's house. Yes. We're friends.
This is your wife asking the questions, not me. So answer the questions. Whoever.
I just didn't answer the question.
Next question.
That's what I would have done.
Okay. Wasn't y'all sleeping together?
Yes.
Did you see that
Okay.
smile?
That evening, that afternoon that we went to her house, I followed you there, but I didn't follow directly behind you.
No.
They're saying that I came directly behind you. I pulled in with you.
You know what I mean? And I shouldn't have been in, but I ended up being in a situation that I shouldn't have been in that pertained to him and her. So,
What's happening?
because I haven't worked, and she should be able to pay me because I don't have any income.
What?
Who's supposed to pay for my doctor bills? Who? And I'm still finding doctors. Got to find a doctor to try to probably cut this wound out because it's so bad. By the mouth being the nastiest part of your body. And now I'm dealing with it. It's pain and suffering every day.
Who is talking? Why? What is?
And it is. So yeah, she should be arrested.
This is not right. Something's wrong with the video.
All right, Ms. Craig, you can unmute yourself and tell me. You got about 3 or 4 minutes here, about 23:24, to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. The reason why I shouldn't be arrested, Tasha knew that I was married. Well, Terry was married. They had been seeing each other for quite some time. My husband had several women. So she was my least worry. Yes, I knew they were seeing each other because he told me that they were seeing each other. The first time I went to her house, I followed my husband there because I didn't know where he was going because he was disappearing every Sunday. I followed my husband to her house, and when I knocked on her door, she opened the door, and I told her who I was. She shook me. We shook hands, and I said, "I'm his wife." She said, "Oh, okay." He didn't even know I had walked in. I had walked in behind him. When he turned around and saw me, he asked me, "What was I doing there?" I said, "You're here." and we just stared at each other. I left. We both left together. Me and my husband left together. The second time I went to her house, I was looking for my car. He was in my car. I didn't follow him over that day. My girlfriend took me over there to get my car.
Video.
I went over there. My car was parked in her.
What is wrong with the video? Something's wrong, guys. Hold on. Something's wrong. So sorry. What am I at? 2?
Hold on, sir. Mr.
Yeah. I messed up. Hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. Please bear with me. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Somebody sending me an email to send something. I have my civil.
So sorry. I don't know how that happened. Must have accidentally hit something.
I respect that, Your Honor. What I'm trying to get to the point is all of this. Why is all this going on? What I'm trying to get her to understand is
No.
Okay, just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, you guys knew there was going to be
but
some.
But if she's not answering, at least not giving you the answer that you would desire, move on to the next question.
Well, I respect that, Your Honor. What I'm trying to get to the point is all of this. Why is all this going on? What I'm trying to get her to understand.
Oh, that's right. Thank you, Scott. Is that where we were? Where did he go? Because I wanted to hear what he was saying. Because he was going off for a minute. There we go. Wait, yeah. Why is it? What's wrong? I didn't do this. Why can't I hear it? She's talking. Y'all, I do not know. Well, hold on. Yeah, maybe the judge muted it. Okay. Maybe he muted it for the YouTube. That's probably it. But I don't know why last time we were hearing something. I don't know, this is bizarre. I want the volume back. This makes no sense. Guys, I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh no. What did I do? What did I do? Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. Hold on. I am. Y'all, this is crazy. I haven't watched the civilian warrant apps in a long time. Like, I forgot how good they were. I really did. Like, I just can't believe, I don't know. I mean, stay out of other people's husbands first. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But I do think I fixed it. Okay, hold on. Oh, I got it. Here we go. So sorry about that. Hang on. I got it. Share screen. This one. Share. Okay.
Missed because the judge couldn't find any evidence
that
all this was real. So I have that dismissal for the civil suit.
And I can take that under advisement, but obviously a civil matter is not here on this particular issue. So
yeah, the person in the Craig window, AB, that's her husband. That's the husband with all the women.
Anything like that?
Yes, I have my husband here.
Yes, and this is the part I messed up, and I'm going.
Let's bring it. Where is it?
There we go. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for your patience.
I just did. I answered the question.
Next question.
Okay, wasn't y'all sleeping together?
Give it a little smile. You see that little grin? Thank
Okay.
you, Ivy.
That evening, that afternoon that we went to her house, I followed you there, but I didn't follow directly behind you.
No.
They're saying that I came directly behind you. I pulled in with you.
You know what I mean? And I shouldn't have been in, but I ended up being in a situation that I shouldn't have been in that pertained to him and her.
Weird. Who's talking right now?
Because I haven't worked.
Yeah, I know.
And she
AB.
should be able to pay me because I don't have any income. Who's supposed to pay for my doctor bills?
This is the part that doesn't make any sense to me.
Who? And I'm still finding doctors. Gotta
Whatever.
find a doctor to try to probably cut this wound out because it's so bad. By the mouth being the nastiest part of your body. And now I'm dealing with it. It's pain and suffering every day.
There's something off with the audio because the woman, yeah, Janice is.
And it is. So yeah, she should be arrested.
No, that's Tasha because Tasha's the one with the hurt hand. I think
All right,
there's
Ms.
something
Craig,
wrong
you
with
can
the
unmute
audio.
yourself and tell me. You got about 3 to 4 minutes here to about 8:23, 24 to tell me why an arrest warrant should not be issued.
Really?
Yana, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. The reason why I shouldn't be arrested, Tasha knew that I was married. Well, Terry was married. They had been seeing each other for quite some time. My husband had several women. So she was my last word, my least word. Yes, I knew they were seeing each other because he told me that they were seeing each other.
Video.
The first time I went to her house, I followed my husband there because I didn't know where he was going because he was disappearing every Sunday. I followed my husband to her house, and when I knocked on her door, she opened the door, and I told her who I was. She shook me. We shook hands, and I said, "I'm his wife." She said, "Oh, okay." He didn't even know I had walked in. I had walked in behind him. When he turned around and saw me, he asked me, "What was I doing there?" I said, "You were here." And we just stared at each other. I left. We both left together. Me and my husband left together. The second time I went to her house, I was looking for my car. He was in my car. I didn't follow him over that day. My girlfriend took me over there to get my car. I went over there. My car was parked at her apartment complex. I sat there. I did not go to her door. I sat there because I called him. He said he was out and about. When I called him, him and her pulled up with him and her daughter in the car. They pulled up, and when they pulled up, me and him got into an argument out there because he was in my car at her house, but he was in the truck with her. That was the second time I went there. The third time I went to her house, me and him had a dispute here at my house because on that Friday evening, no, it wasn't Friday evening, it was Saturday evening. He texted me and said, "I miss my wife." And I sent him some pictures that a friend sent me of the day before of him and her sitting in front of his barbershop, collaborating, talking and going on. She was in my truck, in my car, and he was in the truck. So they've been seeing each other. The trucks, the vehicles were in my name, and the insurance was in my name. This woman is riding around in my vehicles, and she gonna tell me that she didn't know that he was married.
Just why the arrest warrant shouldn't be issued.
Okay, the rest because I've never been in trouble. I've never been in any kind of trouble. I've never been to jail. I got a decent life going for myself, and I think this girl wants my life. Well, I ain't gonna say girl, this young lady wants my life, and she can't have my life. She can't have my life. Now, whatever her and my husband got going on, that's on them. When I went to her house that day, I didn't go there for her. I was going there for him.
I hear you.
She charged me, and I defended myself. And the judge for the silver suit proved that. When she said I tried to run over her in the grass, he asked her where was she standing. She was standing in the road. She said I tried to run over her. I went around her. She hit the tail end of my car on the passenger side with her cell phone or her house phone, whatever it was. That's what made me stop. When I saw her, I had no intentions in dealing with her. I was going to my husband.
About out of time. Yeah. Last couple of things.
Mm-hmm.
Just pretend the video's in sync.
Yeah, but that was it. My intention wasn't with her. It was my dealing with my husband. I'm not married to her. I'm married to Terry. So I wasn't going there for her. She came after me. All right. I never went to her house.
Okay. All right. So folks, obviously we've heard a lot. Obviously there was a lot of stopping and starting in this matter. Obviously there's a lot of heated emotions, which is understandable. These are, I tell people every day, and I'm just going to give you guys this tidbit. More people die for real over emotions. Less people die after people threatening them physically with real bodily harm. It's really emotions. I see more people murdered over emotions. People cheating, people claiming they cheating. You know, I don't know what it is, but cheating is the leading cause of murder, or at least beatings. And so I'm just so concerned about that because, you know, here we are. You guys are grown. We're not talking about 17 and 16-year-olds anymore. We're talking about grown women and men. And we've got some real concerns about what's going on. But what we also have, obviously, is a situation where two individuals, really three, got into an exchange where blows were thrown. And this wasn't a situation where it appears that one person was the primary aggressor over the other. Because I've got allegations that Ms. Hoyt, that you were grabbing and punching. I've got allegations that Ms. Gregg was also punching or biting as well. There doesn't seem to be any dispute of that. What it seems to be, though, is that there seems to be obviously some type of fight that's taking place between you both, and then certain injuries are occurring. I don't hear, though, where there was any weapon that was used.
The video.
I don't hear anything where there was an unequal amount of at least aggressiveness put towards another person. What I hear is a fight that happened between essentially a lover's quarrel. And I, as I say before, this far too often happens in murder. It's just far too often. But my issue, though, Ms. Hoyt, is that this wasn't a purely attack directly against you, where this was a matter where you were the primary suspect for her.
Don't interrupt the judge.
Her fury. This was a situation where the husband was there, you were there, arguments exploded, and then a fight broke out. It appears that during that fight, your hand was bitten. That subsequently caused you serious injuries. I'm not sure, though, that was the intent. Does it seem as if I have any information that was the intent of Ms. Craig to cause you serious injuries? And there doesn't seem to be any dispute from your witness nor Mr. Craig that you were fighting and hitting her in the face, obviously, based upon the testimony that your hand was by her mouth. There'd be no other reason why her hand would be by your mouth and then you punching her, grabbing her face. That's a concern. That's a concern. And so before I give my ruling here, I just want to just briefly just state, Mr. and Mrs. Craig, y'all have been married, sounds like, for a long time. I hate to see any aggressive, especially on live. That's just not called for, and y'all know better than that. But I just want to make sure that if y'all are going to be together, you know, then y'all know what that requires. And I just want to just say that. And but with that, I don't see where the probable cause, where this is purely a battery against you, Ms. Hoyt, and all of the totality of the allegations. And so I'm not going to be issuing an arrest warrant this evening, and that's going to be the order of the court. All right. You folks are excused.
I know what I'm gonna
wait.
That's fucked up. It's messed up. It's messed up. She got
Ms. Hoyt, we're not going to have any commentary at the moment. That's the court's decision. And Ms. Craig, you may leave as well as Ms. Hoyt.
Yeah. Okay. So, wow.
All right.
I was not really expecting that.
That case has had the benefit of seeing everyone else's case. Therefore,
212, 259. I think, I don't know what is going on with the video. I can try to like close it, try to put it back in, but if it doesn't work, what I might do is just end the stream tonight and then do the George Foreman tomorrow sometime. Because I really want to be able to have the video, not just the audio. Like, granted, I do just listen to a lot of court. These types, I do really like to to see what they're doing. And I definitely want to know what's going on with the lady with the fake face. Let me just see here. Let me see. Sorry, I'm looking. No, it might be my original download that messed up. No, it's not. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I know. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is so hard. It's streaming is way harder than it looks. The girl just right didn't have to go. Oh, good night, AV. Thanks for coming. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the rest of this tomorrow. Because I'm gonna need to figure out the volume in the video.
Miss
Because I don't
Hoyt,
want it to mess up on the next
is
one.
that this wasn't a purely
Not for
attack
Miss
directly
Vicky.
against you, where this was a matter where you were the primary suspect for
Yeah.
her fearing. This was a
Yes,
situation
very
where the husband was
therapist.
there, you were there, arguments exploded, and then a fight broke out. It appears that during that
Ivy.
fight, your hand was bitten
Yeah.
in the room as well. And then,
Yeah,
Mr. Austin, do you
okay.
have any witnesses with you?
Yeah, we'll save this one for
but
tomorrow.
with that, I don't see where the problem.
So yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back tomorrow sometime, maybe during the day, maybe at night. I'm not sure. But keep an eye out for it. Thanks for coming. If you want to like and subscribe, you can go ahead and do that. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, have a good night. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. My volume is lower than the video volume. I will work on that for next time, and I definitely mean it. If there's any other comments of things that I can like do better, definitely leave them in the comments. This one was only like slightly a disaster. It wasn't as bad as last time. So maybe I'll leave it up for a while. All right. Good night, guys.